We programmers are lazy, and using a smart idea to solve something can be actually sometimes really hard to do. There's a big difference between a smart idea and a simple idea. Don't make the code as smart as possible, instead make it as simple as possible so that the code is easy to understand and to follow. Before I move on, I have to make it clear that a smart idea could easily outperform the simple idea, in case we are talking about the algorithms, but in other cases it will not. What I really want to say is that you should basically not over-engineer. Use too much object-oriented programming, templates, etc. It is extremely unnecessary most of the time. People tend to think that if they use a smart technique, then they will solve it smartly, which means that their code is smart, so is the guy that used the technique. And so they think that they are doing well. But all what really matters is how easy it is to understand the code and how efficient it is. I would suggest you to first of all lower the amount of features you use. You have to ask yourself questions like, is this feature really necessary right now? Be more mindful of the usage of the techniques. You may find that there is a much easier way to solve something, and therefore it is a better approach, which you always have to look for. Remember, it is often better to take the simple approach instead of the smart one. You can actually shorten the time of doing the project if you take this advice, since implementing something smart takes almost always more time, and you also distance yourself from the actual work. To clarify, implementing something that could automate your code and make the code easier without you having to restructure the code all the time is absolutely welcomed. But you should not take it to the extreme, where you spend a lot of time on automation. Instead of that, you should focus on what is really important, and it is to solve a problem.